It's the roof of the world, the highest mountain on Earth. Its snowy peak piercing the clouds at an incredible height of... Wait, how tall is Mount Everest again?
It's 8,848 meters tall.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Alright, so it definitely seems like the height of Everest is something we should know by now, right? But believe it or not, it's actually a matter of serious scientific debate. So, how do you measure a mountain? Maybe you could count your steps? Or use a really big tape measure? No, that's not it. The main technique that's been used for hundreds of years is maths, or trigonometry to be precise. Comes in handy after all. Surveyors measure 2 points on the ground, and from each point they measure the angle between them and the top of the mountain to give them a triangle. Using those triangles and the laws of trigonometry, they can calculate the height of the mountain. The first person to measure Everest using that method was, drumroll, George Everest, back in 1856. To get the angles, he had to use these things, theodolites, which weighed about 500 kilos. Fast forward to the 1950s, and surveyors got a bit of help from photogrammetry. Detailed photos taken from the air that they could use to measure heights and distances. Now we have even fancier technology to measure mountains, the Global Positioning System, or GPS. Surveyors can bring a GPS receiver to the top of the mountain, where satellites in space can pick up their location and work out the height, again using triangles. So there you go, height sorted, right? Well, not quite. That 8,848 metre measurement that Google gave me actually came from an Indian survey from way back in 1955. Since then, there have been a bunch of other surveys which found slightly different measurements. There's debate over whether you should count the snow on top or just the rock underneath. And there's a possibility that the height has actually changed because of erosion and earthquakes. In fact, scientists reckon this earthquake in Nepal in 2015 might have knocked some height off this very high mountain. So, with no climbers around because of COVID-19, the Chinese government decided it was time for a remeasure. Recently, a group of surveyors made it to the summit with satellite receivers that they're hoping will give the most accurate measurement of Everest yet. They're also the first, and probably the only group to summit Everest this year, thanks to COVID-19. It'll be a little while before they publish the details, and while it may not totally end the debate, it might help us to agree on the height of this massive mountain. Well, at least for now.